Hi, my name is Eugene De La Cruz. I'm a photographer based out of Las Vegas. I work for a company called 17 Agency. Here we do a lot of PR and marketing. I'm the content creation director for the company, which means I make content for different clients. So this YouTube is about just self-portraits. I'm not a model, and I don't really know how to pose myself. So, I mean, this is a learning experience for me too. I can edit, so, we'll take this journey together. We'll get better together, and my hope for this channel is just that I get to see more people doing it. Hope you learn a lot from this channel. I'm gonna try to release videos weekly. Thank you for joining me, and then let's just get started. All right, guys, so this is kind of like my basic setup for today. Here's my X100F, and just one light setup. It's a Godox AD200 with a Godox softbox on it. And I also have a Godox trigger up top. Okay, so pretty much we're just starting off with something basic: flash, camera, tripod, wall. The first thing you want to do is try to find my best angle. I really don't know what that is. A couple of people told me to kind of like just bust out my phone and, check on there what side I like. I like my right side the best, either from the top or bottom. Cool, now that we got that figured out, I'm just gonna set up my camera to kind of like shoot in that direction. So I'm just like trying to figure out my eye line here because I know I want it up higher on my face and then maybe down in the bottom. I do have an app that kind of helps me do that. Okay, cool, so I mean the app kind of just helps you see what the camera sees. There's me, then there's me. The other downside about this camera too is that it's a fixed lens. So I have to like physically move the camera instead of just zooming in or out. It's cool though. I mean, I kind of like the challenge. It helps me be one with my camera. His name's Felix, by the way. Okay, so I think I got my camera set up to where I want it. I think all we gotta do now is take some photos and kind of test out the lighting and see how that looks. I'm gonna put on my outfit. Here it is, this red flannel shirt. And if you guys like this shirt, I'll link it down below. It's from Amazon. It's kind of oversized, kind of big on me. Yeah. All right, so, man, I'm so nervous. So what I like to do when I take self-portraits is actually set it on a timer. I'm just gonna play around with the poses I do too. I mean, like, I don't really know how to pose. I'm trying to figure that stuff out too. So we'll see what we get. All right, so I could actually set my timer onto my with my phone as well. Pretty little cool camera, All right, let's just take a practice shot. Okay, that was kind of horrible. We'll see what we could do. So maybe if I move this camera a little closer, I think I'm gonna do like a wall pose. Look straight into the camera, maybe my arms across. I like my lighting. It's 1/64th of a second. My camera settings are my shutter set to 60. I'm at f2 and my ISO is at 320. So I think what we'll do now is I'll just try a couple different poses with this camera. Set here, try to get my right. I'm gonna try to get my right side for the angle and just, kind of play around with it and see what we come up with. Okay, I guess what also helps too is like sticking out your, I give this like instruction to anyone that doesn't do a ton of photos, is kind of like stick your forehead out this way. Since the light is up top, it'll give me a better shadow on the bottom of my chin. So, I mean, I tell them to do it, I might as well do it too. I think I'm like turning to my right a little too much. Honestly, I don't even know what type of photo I'm going for. I'm just shooting as much as I can and see if I can get anything good. Maybe some action shots. I kind of like that photo. I think my head was just down a little too much. So when it beeps, I'm trying to put some clothes on. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe if we're doing something like that, that might come out cool. All right, let's play around. Let's do some fun stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna try the putting my keep calling my jacket. I'm gonna try putting on my sweater again. Get some action shots that way. Yeah, I like that. Not bad, not a bad shot. Okay, I think, you know, we got some stuff to work with from this angle. Maybe kind of want to show off kind of show like a more full body shot. And I know we said like from the bottom right looked pretty good, so we're gonna try that. Kind of just move my camera a little further back and then shooting up. Still gonna play with the wall a little bit. My light pretty much stayed where it's at, so we'll see how that looks. All right, so found out I wasn't recording. Recorded audio, not video. I don't know if I'm supposed to smile on these things. Like I said, I don't really know what I want it to look like. I mean, I want a cool photo. Hopefully I get better at this. Let's see. So, far away shot, camera on down on the ground. We're just gonna take a few shots, see what ends up looking nice. I'm gonna try to do a couple different poses that I've seen. And do like my thing off. It's kind of hot in here too. Maybe I'm walking. Maybe I'll do one where I'm like, I don't care. There's no cameras here. Just chilling on a wall. Look down that way. I just got a quarter on the ground. Staring straight. Staring straight's always good, right? And maybe I'm happy in these photos. I'll try to smile. Okay, maybe not the smile. Maybe a smirk. Let's try a smirk. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at my phone. Maybe I'm a guy that looks at his phone leaning on a wall. I'm definitely not a guy that looks at his phone leaning on a wall. Maybe I'm a guy that is looking at his phone and then he saw like some crazy thing happen off to his left, all right? 3, 2, 1, crazy thing happens. I don't think I'm like surprised enough. Maybe that thing wasn't that crazy. I think that thing needs to be crazier. Like, what? 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm gonna move my camera more centered and try these shots. This looks dead, that camera. That was pretty cool. I like that one. All right, let's try a different style with this flannel. It's always good to have like, you know, clothes, I guess. And it's always good to have something to play with the camera. You know, it gives your mind something else to think about and then not about like you getting your photo taken. So, all right, so body this way, face this way. My hand on my face maybe, you know. Maybe I just tied it, right? I just tied this flannel. I just tied it, but then I realized someone's taking a photo of me. Let's try that. I do like what I'm taking. What I did notice was like my lighting is a little different, and I don't really want harsh shadows to one side of my face. And that's kind of like just what's happening right now. Okay, so I mean, looking through some of my images, giving yourself a scenario, one, kind of fun, two, really does help you not think about the camera a bit. So, you know, we'll try a few more and then I think we'll get to editing. Oh yeah, maybe I just tied the shirt and then realized someone's just looking at me. 3, 2, 1. Who's that? Well, maybe I just tied the shirt and someone I know and like, I smile. And let's try one where I'm like about to walk out, okay? A good way to do that is to maybe like kind of rock back and forth. Let's see. That wasn't good. I'm not like a good walker. So one more time. Let's just walk straight. We're beelining to something. Yeah, I mean, should probably go and check those photos out. Sorry, I tend to, I want to talk directly to you guys, but even when I talk to like real people, I tend to kind of just, my eyes just start going everywhere. So, yeah. So I'll try to work on that. But let's go edit these photos though. So this is the image we're gonna edit today. I got that smoldering thing going on. I like the motion blur around it. I think we can actually do a lot with this one. So first things first, I like to just kind of like even out my skin. These are kind of my settings. Put a little bit of contrast, took down the highlights. I just kind of want it to look almost flat, pretty much. We'll fix the contrast in Photoshop and then we'll do some final touches back in Lightroom. But I don't want the blacks to be too black. I kind of want to just be able to see everything. I put a little bit of clarity in it, right? A little too much, maybe around 6. How I'm editing my photos, I'm not really showing you like any groundbreaking techniques. It's just how I would edit my photos and like how I want them to look. If you're new to Photoshop, you'll definitely learn some things, but there's like a billion ways to kind of get the same results. And let's get started. So first things first, I would definitely take care of this. I would take care of like all of this, just all the imperfections on my face, smooth out my skin just a bit, probably get rid of some of these wrinkles too. Definitely fix my linty shirt. I'll dodge and burn. I'll kind of like even out my skin tone and probably play around with the background a little bit as well. So let's just get started. Let's delete that. First thing I'm gonna do is just kind of take care of all the acne. So create a new layer, hit J. You'll be on your spot healing brush tool, and pick a brush with the hardness all the way down, and start removing all the acne from your face if you have them. And if you took a photo and you think the photo's already good, just roll with it. Just post it, I think this is a good photo. I wouldn't just post it. I kind of want to fix it, What kind of photographer would I be if I didn't? I'm gonna try to only fix the things that I know I can fix in real life. I mean, I can get some microdermabrasion, get rid of some of these dark spots on my face. Maybe for my birthday, I'll do that. It'll be a present to me. I think I'm okay with that, right? All right, I actually really like to put my layers into folders, just so I know what I'm looking at. So we're gonna be working on frequency separation. So what that means is we're gonna separate the texture from the color. And on the texture layer, you can go in and then do some more spot removal. If you see anything that's kind of jarring to you, you could fix that on the texture layer and it won't touch the color layer. And when you're working on color and making your skin smooth, it won't touch the texture layer. So you'll still be able to keep like a lot of the skin texture and it won't make you look plastic pretty much. So on Windows, so that's Control Command Shift E, make a stamp visible. I'm gonna hit Control J to make a copy. We'll name this one skin. We'll name this one texture and just group them together for frequency separation. So we're gonna work on the skin texture first. You're gonna wanna go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Anywhere between 5 and 10 is cool, but you kinda wanna look for when the texture of the image kinda disappears. All right, so now we're gonna turn on the texture layer, go to Texture, Image, Apply Image. You wanna set your layer to the skin layer. Set your blend mode to subtract, opacity at 100, scale to 2, and offset at 128. You're gonna go to your blend modes and pick linear light. If I turn off the texture layer, you're gonna see like a blurry photo, and that's what we're gonna be working our colors with. And skin smoothing, you turn off the skin layer, you'll see all your textures. Ugh. So what I like to do is actually duplicate the skin layer. I just want to make sure I keep a copy. If I do mess up, I can just delete it, start over. And for this one, we're going to use a mixer brush tool. You want to keep your load and mix at 50%, and you could change your flow. I like to keep my flow between 10 and 20. For your brush, you do it with a soft round brush with your hardness all the way down. Zoom in a bit. For bigger areas, I like to be zoomed out, and then for like areas like in here, or if I need to get more like fine detail, then I'll zoom in. But for like right here in this big area here, I'll typically use like a bigger brush, kind of the size of the area. Command or Alt, kind of click on the area and kind of just brush it. What that does is kind of just mixes all the color together, so your color's a lot smoother. And I like to go to the direction of the skin, so my skin's kind of like curving that way, so I'll brush that way. If you hit R, you could rotate the image. It gives you a better view. It'll be easier, kind of just brush up and down. And alright, so I'm gonna be doing this for a while, so I'm gonna just speed up the video. Just kind of want to just blend all these colors in. Normal looking kind of dude, you know, not a model. So I'm gonna have a few tricks up my sleeve to like enhance my photo a bit, you know, make it more presentable, make myself more presentable. Like, I'm also doing this project to actually kind of teach me how to pose people a little better, right? Give them better instructions. Not only do I get to teach you guys, but I also get to teach myself, which is always nice, you know? You should always be learning. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, I mean, it still looks like us, right? Well, me. Still looks like me, right? And what you can do too is kind of just like, I like to lower the opacity and then start bringing it back up. And kind of really see. There's this area here that's kind of like discolored. I kind of want to fix that. I'll create a new layer. Go to my regular brush tool. You can set your brush hardness to low, and then your flow, I like to do it at 5 because I feel like it's more instant, but you could go lower than that if you're just starting. Just kind of turn this around a bit, and I just kind of want to smooth this area out. Maybe right here too. Kind of just blend those in a little more, maybe right here. Really, I start with the mixer brush and kind of finish off with a regular brush tool and kind of just brush areas that I think needed a little more mixing that the program couldn't do. I think I'm good with that. We're digging it. We're digging it. Okay, cool. From here, I like to pick selective color and just pretty much play with all these settings. But honestly, I'm only probably gonna mess with the reds and yellows because there's really nothing else in the photo that has any of those other colors. Right there. It's about my skin tone. Skin color. You kind of want to be as organized as you can. So you end up working with like a ton of layers, and it's kind of a nightmare just looking through things. All right. So the next step that we got to do is a little dodge and burning. This one's a local dodge and burn. So we're actually gonna dodge and burn twice. So this one I just kind of hit all the highlights, and the other one I kind of like enhance it. I'll go to edit, fill, 50% gray, and then go to normal, soft light, make a duplicate. So we're gonna call this dodge. With dodging, you kind of want to just dodge anywhere you see a highlight, and then burn anywhere you see shadow. So we're gonna use a regular brush, hardness all the way down. I like to start with 5. Right now, I'm just gonna start on my nose. Oh, and hit D, and you get black and white, and you wanna be on the white layer. So if it's on the black color, you wanna hit X to flip that, or just hit this button right here. But D brings it back to black and white. So right here, let's just start my nose. We're on the white layer, we're at flow 5%, and then just dodge. I really like to take my time when I'm dodging and burning, so I think it's like one of the most important parts, photo editing. So hit X, make sure you're on black, and I kind of want to just darken anything that's black. So some areas I won't touch, like the bags under my eye. All right, don't worry if it's too dark. We'll fix that as long as you're kind of within the range that you want to be in. I'm not even gonna lie, I forgot I set my shutter to 60. Totally this photo was by accident. With the blur, I think it looks really cool, to be honest with you. But sometimes you get that in photography. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing. Just raise everything to the right level. Same thing with the burn. Right there's good. Notch burn local. That normally I work on lips, so we do selective color, just go on red. Not too red. It looks like I drank some water. Hit Control I to invert the layer mask. Take my brush tool, go to 100. Make sure you're on white. We're just gonna paint my lips. Cool. Alright, so now we're gonna go to channel mixer, and then we're just gonna mess with the reds. Just play around with that until you get a look that you like. What we're gonna do is actually another dodge and burn. This one's a global dodge and burn. So for this one, we're gonna be using a curves. Just want to raise it up just a tiny bit. Hit Control I, and then what we're gonna do is the same exact thing. I'm gonna just go over the photo again. Make sure that we're just kind of enhancing a lot of the dodging and burning that we've been doing. I'm gonna edit just this one image and then kind of do the same thing to the other images. Kind of make it a set, we'll do a carousel. This is my first video, guys. Bear with me, I'm a little nervous, especially like editing in front of you guys. I just want this to be good, I want it to be good for you, I want it to be good for me. I'm good there. And we're gonna go to burn. So we'll pull that down a little and do the same thing, I don't go too overboard, and trust me, you can. I still do sometimes. We'll just fix it. Let's fix it. Nothing. Anything could be fixed. It's Photoshop, guys. Alright, cool. So let's name this. So with the dodge layer, you kind of want to like double tap it. So I think it's a little too bright. And then we're gonna tell Photoshop to only show white where the darks aren't. And we're just gonna pull this a bit. Kind of see like the whites disappearing. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to our burn layer, but we're gonna pull it to the left. We go back to our original photo. A little bit crispier, right? What I want to do is kind of curves, lift it up just a tiny bit. Too much. You use the arrow keys to kind of lift that. Go to edit, image, apply image. Cool, I think I'm happy with this, guys. I think I'm happy with this. Before, after, before, after. Just work on the eyes just a tiny bit. Take a curves layer. Actually bring it all the way up. Hit Control I, B, make sure you're on 100. Your brush layer, make sure you're on 100. I'm gonna just randomly paint on here. And just right here where the those are, just make little bits and dots. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. It's too much, too much. Just bring it up. Right there, I mean, I've got small eyes, so I don't know how well they're gonna see, but I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Cool. And I think I also kind of just want to enhance just like the Oh, these like glares in my eyes. Oh, the reflection. Oh. Let's go to 5. That really make my eyes pop. There we go. I think I'm happy with this, guys. Alright, so I mean, it kept the skin texture, kind of still looks like me, but just smoother and, you know, less acne. So I didn't change the way my face shape looks, because that's how I'm gonna look to people. That's not how I want to present myself either. You know, I love my face. Could use some work. Would probably doing a better skincare routine, but you know, it's nothing we can't fix out in the real world. So we're just gonna save this and then kind of finish in Lightroom. So we're back in Lightroom. You can pretty much do whatever you want in here and kind of finish off your photo to however you want it to look. These are kind of like just my settings for this image, but you know, play around, guys. I mean, you can try what I have on here, or you know, you can make up your own. Right there. I think that looks great, guys. I think we are done. Really digging this photo. Hopefully you do too. So, you know, I'm gonna try to do these weekly. They do take a lot to shoot and kind of do a tutorial. So I will try my best. My plan is to do it weekly. Maybe do a big tutorial, then kind of like do mini shorts in between until I kind of get all this running. But thank you for following me. And, you know, I'll see you next time. All right, goodbye.